All right. So let's talk about pitfalls for a second, because it's all about the angles. All right, so pre-wrap. Good tension. If you want, I start at the bottom. If you want, you hit right through the middle. You grab it. You see how my thumb didn't lose that pre-wrap? Switch it and lay it down. Now I'm free. Right now I got hands free. My heel and lace pads are in place. Okay? I'm going to then finish it. I'm overlapping. I've got tension. What happens if you don't have enough tension is this starts to happen. You see the bulging? Okay? If you pull too much, you see that's really taut? If I come around an angle, you see that? That's, you pulled too tightly. Okay? So if you pull too tightly, you either get rid of that piece and keep going with the right tension, or you break it and you start over. Okay? You start from that portion. So again, I want to get up to that musculotendinous junction just below it. Okay? So whoever's got a really long tibia, you're going to keep going up here. Okay? To have a good ankle support. I rip it down. Okay? I want to see no skin is here at all. You're fully protected to protect for any skin, for skin cuts, okay, or tape cuts on that skin. I don't want any of that. So we want it totally covered. And if you see you left a space, go back and get it, okay? Just go back to the one spot where you left the space instead of starting all over, okay? But if you left a lot of spaces, then do it over. You did it wrong, okay? But sometimes we miss one or two when you go really fast. So I've got her here. I'm going to come under. I'm going to apply my anchor. You see my fingers are ready to accept that tape. These guys are ready to rip. That's why I taught it to you that first day with around your thigh like that. Ready to accept. There was one person, I think, who was a lefty who kind of had an awkward moment. So the lefties, you're going to have that. Yeah, you're going to have to just figure out how to switch hands and stuff like that. So here's my anchors, okay? Keep that foot up for me. I go from medial to lateral with my stirrups. I create tension. I come up. I come then under. I rip, and I'm ready to lay down. What I don't like to do is this. I don't like to see this so that people have to do this. Okay? That's a waste of your time. If you can get this down where you just get here, go under, white tape is easy to rip, and you lay it down, okay? It's going to be more efficient than you always switching hands, okay? So here I give a little extra anchor support so that my stirrups stay down. Again, that's an extra piece. You do not have to do that. Okay, heel lock, figure eight. So the figure eights and the heel locks look similar, don't they? You're crossing the talus. Sometimes you're wrapping behind the calcaneus and the Achilles. They look similar. They're doing similar things. They're just hitting your ankles to support your ligaments, okay? To make sure we've got all ligaments totally supported. So here we go. Here is our figure eight. I start on the medial border. If I start too high on the foot, look what happens. I'm taping their cuboid and their fifth mat. Okay, they don't have a problem there. All right. If I tape too low, I'm not going to hit my angle. It's going to be like I'm wrapping the tibia. Okay. So this is why it's all about angles. I have to hit my angle right here, right on that calcaneus. I wrap it around. Watch what happens, what I do here. I switch my hands. I create a little tension through my tape, and I help myself place it right over that talus, okay? I come around, I get hands start to switch to cross the talus at the X, and I finish where I started, okay? So you see that tension I gave myself? I'm going to do it one more time. So I'm going to be here. In order, so you're not like, oh my God, I'm wrinkling. Get that little finger right there, lay it down, wrap it behind, and once you've hit the angle there, you know that's going to finish right. Okay, you know it because you hit your angle. So now let's do some heel locks. So I'm going to hit the anterior tib just above that talus. Like Sika said, she saw that you can bisect the malleoli. That's another good landmark. But I just feel, I think if that helps you to think about it, that's totally fine. So we're here. We're going to wrap behind. See what happens with this hand too? See how I'm helping myself? I pull up onto the calcaneus. I have to switch hands now. I help myself lay it down so that I can hit my angle. Do you see that? So it's perfect. Okay, so I use these little tips of my fingers as I go around to help me lay it perfectly. So I did one medial. I'm going to do one lateral. Oh wait, sorry, I did it lateral. I'm going to do it medial. All right, so again, I want to hit that right at that superior calcaneus where the Achilles is starting to attach. I wrap it behind. Okay, so we're good. I switch. I sometimes will do this. Help me lay it down. Boom, my angle's hit. I know I'm going to finish in the right spot. Okay, so if you start to see, let me see if I can do this funny. Okay, you see that? You guys, this is where you're getting, right? Some of you guys look like that, right? You started too high. Okay, so if you start too high, it's going to be messy. Let's see what happens if you start too low. There's no way you're going to be able to get around it, I don't think. You're going to be like that. It's going to be like half off, right? And then you're going to have this little calcaneal tip. Okay, so that's what happens if you start too low. And if all the bunching is happening under here, you're just not having enough tension probably. It's an angle problem and a tension problem, okay? So you always want to make sure I've got my tension pulled out. I'm wrapping around. Okay, right here, boom, I lock it down and I hit it. Are we good with that? Okay, C-strips, closures. Her foot's going to fall asleep in a second. Okay, closure strips. I bisect that calcaneus. I am pulling on both the medial and the lateral as I lay it down. I'm not pulling super hard. I'm just creating tension. Okay, I don't want her to have a pinch in that Achilles. Again, I'm ready to lay it down. I cover it just a little bit anterior. Okay, overlapping 50% each closure strip until you get up to your anchors. Cover those in and then stay here with me. I'm going to cover it in from the bottom. Again, these pieces now are the lay down. This is just to make it look pretty. And there we go. Okay? That make a little... It'll get there. That took